Welcome to episode 80 of the Toronto Living's Real Estate Podcast Show.
Yes. Oh, so formal.
Thank you.
Yeah, very formal. We're getting into the January numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers that were. January is, well, it's a so-so month.
It's a so-so month.
Yeah.
We're going to try to forget about January because the Bills did not win the Super Bowl. But I did get a Josh Allen jersey, which we talk about. And we look at the numbers, which are meh.
Yeah. That's a good. This episode is going to just be called Meh.
Yeah, the Meh episode. Featuring appearances by Adam Sandler. Well, tune in. You'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show.
Enjoy. Welcome to the Toronto Living's Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savel.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate working together as a Toronto Living's team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way. Hello, Joey.
Hello, Mark.
Welcome to episode 80.
Episode 80.
Yes.
We're almost there.
20 from 100. The math still adds up.
It does.
And we're going to be, that's not an iPad.
No.
This is episode 80. We're doing a January market update.
Yes.
And welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
You've been under the weather.
I've been dead to the world.
Yeah, man.
Completely laid out for the last week.
Yeah.
A minor cough that's still kicking in.
Yep.
I'm going to be doing some cuts potentially by the end of this.
Well, it's okay. Just prepare the people for what's coming. It's going to be some coughing.
Yeah. But we're here. We're alive, and we're good. We're kicking.
Yeah, we're gonna give it our all for this January market update.
Yeah, that's right.
Good thing is January is not much to talk about. It's one of those seasonal transitional months, but still worth discussing and kind of going over.
Definitely, it is the start of 2025, so it's good to get into it.
Yeah, get off on the right foot, I guess. Just how was your week and where'd you eat, man?
Oh yeah,
did you even eat?
I went nowhere.
Okay,
I've been indoors for the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. But I want to shout out the sales meeting, our monthly Sage sales meeting, because I was there and we had some sushi, we had some chats, and I caught up with the Fatas.
Nice.
Who have been pitching me two places that I'm going to shout out on their behalf because we've been talking about it like a lot over the last little bit, and I feel like it's necessary. Because I've also seen them on Instagram, so yeah. You just visually, it deserves a shout out, and also there's a trip that's going to be made, I think. Okay. With the four of us at some point.
Okay, you booked this. This is a thing.
This is going to be a thing at some point.
I love it.
But the food, it was so funny. I showed up an hour early for the meeting, and it was me and the Fatas and the Sages. The only thing we talked about almost the entire time was what food is, everything about which place is the best place to eat right now. Where is everyone dining? And just such a funny way to start the pre-meeting was just like, what are we eating lately?
No, man, I think food is like, I'm so glad we do the how was your week, where'd you eat thing, because that's the most asked question I get. Like, right. I don't think people listen to the real estate part of this podcast. I think it's more like, oh, we tried that place you went to. So where did they suggest?
Okay, so their shout outs are going to be, so Crudo is one of them that's blown up on Instagram in general. They make what looks like mouth-watering porchetta sandwiches.
They do.
Fresh bread in-house. They also do cold cut sandwiches, and they freshly sliced too. So not even like pre-sliced cold cuts.
Yep.
So they look insane. Also, the veal sandwich is what I really want to try. And to my knowledge, it's like there's a sandwich of the day.
Oh.
So you got to pick your day if you want a specific type of sandwich.
Like that.
But the veal sandwich looks like an entire like baby calf on a piece of bread.
I have tried Crudo.
You've had it?
I've tried it, yeah. I didn't go there specifically. Our good friend who sometimes is off camera, he brought us one.
Get out of here.
He brought one order and it fed 4 adult males.
They're huge sandwiches.
And I was stuffed off of my quarter of a Crudo sandwich. So I feel like you could take one down yourself.
I challenge accepted.
At least half, guaranteed. But it was a real deal.
Yeah.
Flavor was on point. Everything was just really good about it.
Love it. The second place I'm gonna give their shout out to is Freebird Market.
Not heard of that. So
they've been talking up Freebird Market almost more so than Crudo.
Ooh.
So I'm very curious what that deal is. But Freebird Market, I want to give. So Freebird Market's Kipling and Dundas.
Okay.
It's kind of between Queensway and Dundas.
Yep.
And Crudo is Royal York and Eglinton. But Freebird, that's meatballs apparently at this place are next level.
Oh, you don't hear that these days.
No.
Try the meatballs.
Try the meatballs. it's Adam Sandler and the oh man, Wedding Singer.
Oh,
The piano lessons?
take me back.
Yeah.
I love The Wedding Singer. I don't remember this
He
scene.
gets paid in meatballs. Is open his hand and the old lady puts the meatball in his hand.
Vaguely. That's Love Stinks.
Yeah.
Love Stinks.
Yeah.
Is that what he sings?
Wedding Singer. Yeah.
Love Stinks and I Want to Grow Old with You.
Yes.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, that's right.
The end of it. Yeah. I remember those two songs.
Julia Gulia.
Julia. Did I tell you I saw Adam Sandler in Toronto?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, this was 2 summers ago. He was filming. It's some bar mitzvah film he's working on, like about a bar mitzvah.
Okay.
And it was so we knew he was in town. We were super stoked. We're like, oh, it'd be so cool if we met Adam Sandler. And we were driving through Yorkville, right in front of the Four Seasons, and lo and behold,
Get out of here.
he walks right in front of my car. I'm with Adriana S. I'm like, oh my God, it's Adam Sandler. I roll down the window. I'm like, hey, Sandman. She's like, did you just call him Sandman? I'm like, yeah, that's his friends call him. Like, Sandman. He gave me this look like, bro, not today, and just kept walking. His wife was behind him. I think they were quarreling over something. It was not a good vibe.
It was a bad time.
I just rolled up my window. I'm like, have a great day, sir. And
I've heard nothing but good things about him as a human being.
same.
So that's so funny that you must have caught him at a
And I respect it. I'm not even mad that he was like, because like if someone's like, yo, Mark the Shark, not that would happen, but if someone said that, I think I'd be like, bro, not now. I'm with my wife. But shout out Adam Sandler.
Shout out Adam Sandler. Yeah. That's what this all boils down to.
I don't think he's had a miss of a movie. Every movie I could. Little Nicky is maybe a miss.
No, I'm still in for it.
Still in for
it.
Yeah. What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Oh man, it's originals. I think it's originals. Wedding Singer is such a good one.
Yeah.
He has a lot.
He has a lot.
I don't know what else.
He has more than Jackie Chan, I think.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison is a fantastic.
Yep. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Yeah. Oh my God, man.
He was on a tear.
Yeah. He's still going.
He's still going.
Yeah. What about you? Number one, Adam Sandler.
Uncut Gems.
Oh, get out of here.
Uncut Gems is
you're in a serious territory.
Oh yeah, that might be like one of my top 3 movies of all time.
Yeah.
I could watch that thing. I've watched it at least 15 times.
Love it. Yeah.
It's
a great movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Uncut Gems he's done a couple like his serious stuff is like he's a really good actor.
Oh, I got a worse movie by him.
Okay.
Click.
You didn't like Click?
I was so emotional after that movie.
Oh man, that's a bad one. Yeah.
I was like, why is it so sad?
It's like this really fun idea and concept, and then you watch it and you're like, oh my God.
I'm not mentally, emotionally prepared for this. Yeah, Click would be my worst Adam Sandler movie, but
yeah,
that's his only miss. I think
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
All right, so we got meatballs.
Meatballs.
Bringing it back.
That's meatballs. How about you? Where was your lively week? Where did you eat?
Well, we did Valentine's last night.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like the week's been so rushed. We didn't properly
plan it out.
Yeah, this year 2025 is a very chaotic start, I would say. We went up to Markham to get foot massages.
Okay, that's the way to do it.
Shout out Comfort Zone Highway 7. Foot Escape was booked till 10:30, so we did the 6:45, and then we went to my taco place on Dufferin.
Love it.
Abrigiro, which
Abrigiro.
I probably pronounce wrong every time. Yeah, and we had probably gonna pronounce this wrong too, an asada burrito.
Ooh, what's in an asada burrito?
Goodness, yeah, just chimichurri, feta.
Oh God, you won me a chimichurri.
Oh, skirt steak. Now, see, this is the good thing about that place is every time what you order is served a little bit differently. So we had rice and beans in this one. I didn't have it in the previous one.
Yep.
I don't know if I like this edition of rice and beans, but we slept for 12 hours last night. It put me right out. Yeah. That was I think my most notable spot of
your Valentine's Day ended up you passing right out.
And it was the best. We both woke up so happy. We had like good rest and just like
burrito that puts you to sleep.
This is 40.
That's my dream. Yeah, that's my dream.
Yeah. But I did get this for Valentine's
I was gonna
Day.
say we got a comment on your Bills jersey going on right now.
Man, it takes a lot to impress me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really crazy about gifts. I'm just like, yeah, thank you. Just time is, the love languages.
Yep.
Gifts is not high on my love language. I think time and like words of affirmation are.
Yep.
But this gift, I saw a package at the front door. I'm like, oh God, Adriana S, another package. But it wasn't Zara and it wasn't like whatever else she often orders. Sephora, I think, is the other one. So I was like, what is this? And she's like, just put it aside. And that got me even more mad because I'm like, tell me what it is. I need to know what you're wasting money on. And she's like, it's your Valentine's Day gift. Just don't look at it. I was like, what? So we opened it up on Wednesday because I couldn't wait till Friday.
Yep.
Also, I went to Costco and got her an infrared mask.
Oh,
we were just
nice.
doing a Costco run.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, here, just take your gift early. So then she gave me this early. So I got this Wednesday. Today's Saturday.
Yep.
I've worn it every day.
Actually, yeah, I did see you like 2 days ago.
I wear it every day. I love this jersey. Josh Allen, the NFL MVP of the year. He is the most feel-good quarterback. I love this guy.
Love it.
I love this guy. He won the MVP award and he gave a shout out to Slick Rick.
Okay.
Who is the guy in the mailbox room, in the letter carrier for like the team.
Yeah.
And this guy, Slick Rick, he's been like all over the news. He's crying. He's so emotional that the MVP of the NFL acknowledged him. Like, how feel good of a show can that be, you know? And plot twist, they actually end up giving Slick Rick a car because he's been taking a bus to Orchard Park for the last 20 years to work for the team.
Okay.
So it's like just good vibes.
I love that. Yeah. Good feels.
Yeah. And I want to show you what I got for Christmas and how these two tie together.
Okay, let's see it.
Adriana S.'s cousin got me this.
Here, I got you.
Oh, thank you. So I'm putting a hat on right now. Now this has built-in speakers, so when I'm going for runs, I could hear my music. But also, let me just get this right here.
Oh, look at that!
Flashing. Now it's Bill's Mafia, proper head to toe, you know?
I love that. It looks like the police is coming.
Yeah, that's what I want people to know.
Yeah.
When I'm going for my jog, step aside, police is coming.
Can we speak about, because you've been on the Bills kick for the last little bit.
It's been 11 months, yeah.
Can we please speak about your tribute to the Bills on your Instagram recently, where you took a face plant that's harder than I've ever seen before?
So we've been hammered with snow in the last week.
Yeah.
And me and my dad shoveled the entire driveway and I was feeling so joyous and good. I was like, Dad, let's have some fun. I'm going to put a ladder in the backyard and I'm going to jump off this ladder into the big pile of snow we made like they do at a Bills tailgate party. And he's like, you're an idiot. Don't do it. But then he also said, why don't you just jump from the garage? I'm like, that sounds even more scary. So we put this ladder together. I'm like, Dad, count me down. So he's like, he's 65. I'm now almost 40. We're two kids in the backyard. God knows what the neighbors are thinking of us. I climb to the top of the ladder in the garden. So it's already on shaky ground. And I go to do, like, in my mind, like this beautiful sail through the air to land in a big fluffy mountain of snow. Science fails me. The ladder falls from beneath me. I face plant into the snow. I land nose first. But can I tell you, I had so much joy doing that.
I swear to God, that video, I cannot believe how well that video turned out. You see the ladder just kick straight out from under your feet, and your feet go above your head in like 2 seconds flat. You almost missed the pile of snow. You pretty much did miss the pile. I missed the snow, yeah. It just went straight down with head first. Beard full of snow afterwards.
No pain. I was like, it was such a joyous moment. And I posted on Instagram, and certain people were like, why would you post that? It's embarrassing. I'm like, you know what? To spark joy. I felt so joyous doing that. And so we're getting another 30 centimeters of snow today, over the weekend. And my message to everyone is just go enjoy it.
Yeah.
Jump in the snow, man. Make snow angels.
Be a kid again.
I saw a full-on adult on my street just flop in the middle of the road and do a snow angel. And I was like, that looks so freeing and liberating.
Yeah, yeah.
With all the BS we got in the news, like, just go jump in snow.
Totally. I respect it all over the place. Yeah. And I will tell you, it made me literally laugh out loud when I saw it.
Good. I like that. That's the purpose of this, is to spread joy and love. All right. Any new listings you got? You have a big one.
Yes, got a new lease listing that, which, as we've commented in the past, the Pantages.
The Pantages, the world famous Pantages.
Yeah, the world famous Pantages is officially up again.
Love it.
So again, it's a 1 bed, 1 bath. It's over 600 square feet. It's a big space, and it's like right in the heart of Yonge and Dundas. So you got everything at your fingertips.
Parking and locker.
Parking and locker.
Look at that.
So you got and parking down there in general is just like having a spot there is incredible to have.
Yeah.
And it's also it's a unique space as well because the landlords actually did a double cutout so the place got a huge bedroom and then it also has a walk-in closet.
Nice.
That walk-in closet now doubles as a second entry to the bathroom.
Oh, smart.
So it doubles as an ensuite basically.
Like
so
a walkthrough.
Yeah, like a walkthrough. So you have like kind of a shared bathroom, but also it works as an ensuite as well. So you have a nice little privacy as well if you need
Love it.
And we're up at 2,400.
Fair.
And I think we're getting showings pretty quickly.
Activities is quite up. It's a great location. It's the center of the city. You're a walking distance to Eaton Center, the subway, all the food you can consume. Young Dundas Square, like
you're in the heart of it.
Yeah. If someone's looking to live in the heart of the city, the Pantages.
The Pantages is there, and also it faces south, so you're not right in the noise.
Right.
You kind of get that, and you got some lake views actually.
Nice. I believe it.
At that, yeah.
Yeah. You face Massey Hall.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's south, so it's where you're kind of like looking at St. Mike's and Water area.
Yeah, the cathedral.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it. I've got a really good listing coming up this week. Actually recorded the promo video wearing this jersey, so look for that to drop. Like I literally need to wash this jersey, I think. Yeah.
Part of the daily wear.
Yeah. It's a really good brand new building. It's called Rodeo Drive. It's not in Rodeo Drive. This is one of those developers taking a landmark from another country and trying to bring it to Toronto, which I hate.
Yep.
I hate when they do that. But nevertheless, it's a Lantera built building at Shops at Don Mills.
Yeah.
Really good layout. We're going to be super affordable on this one. We're still kind of hammering down the price, but it's going to be very well priced.
Yeah.
Also comes with parking and locker.
And the terrace.
And a massive
huge terrace.
Yeah, you can play flag football on that terrace. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, really good spot. Look for that coming out this week. We're going to be probably in the mid to high fives on that one.
Yep.
But I'm excited for that.
Love it.
And the church is moving along. We had another sale last week, so that's good. We're almost sold out of all the units there.
Amazing.
Only a couple left. If you want to take a tour of that, reach out. Happy to give you some more education on that and keep the train moving.
Things are rolling right now. It's been a busy January on our side.
It has, and maybe that's a good transition because the market has been odd.
Yeah,
the stats are a little bit all over the place, and I think this is where these type of markets are very valuable to the listeners because the numbers don't always tell you the whole story.
No, and there's also what's nice to have boots on the ground and actually dealing with things personally is we get to do like preemptive of what feels like it's coming.
Right.
For instance, I wanted to bring up our listing at 101 Subway, which was we've been up for a while. Well, it was 30 days, a little over 30 days, and all of a sudden it was like I don't know, gangbusters.
Yeah.
We ended up with 2 offers on the table, and ended up signing conditionally recently, but you can already feel the rental market starting to pick up.
Yeah.
It's things are coming around right now, even though the headlines are still kind of in this doomsday area. Even with rentals, the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the shift coming.
Yeah. Activity's up, and we get the first indicators of what's coming next when the phones and the emails and when I did the marketing for the condo we have coming up. Our videographer team is slammed.
Right.
She is completely Mediarama. They are completely busy, so that's a good sign.
Right.
Now, whether or not those listings sell is a whole other conversation, but I think that's productive of things coming.
Yeah, there's more stuff happening. So I think everyone's preparing for the spring market, which makes sense.
All right, let's do our
break
damn
into
thing.
it?
Yeah, get right into it. So we're talking about the January numbers, and so there's 4 months of the year that you kind of don't need to look too seriously at. December, January, July and August.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 months where don't put too much emphasis on what the numbers say. And funny enough, so much emphasis in the media was put on the January numbers.
They always have the most exaggerated stats because that's when things kind of die down.
Yeah, and like we always say, look at 3 months for your trends. Don't look at 1 month. That doesn't tell the whole story. 2 months kind of gives you an indication, but every quarter is what you want to look at to get a real good sense of where things are, where they're going. So we're going to do January's numbers, but again, take it with a grain of salt. These aren't really indicator months of things to come.
Totally agree.
And because sales started pretty strong. So when I popped open the stats, I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. We're up 15% month over month, but that's compared to December, which
obviously was slow as well.
Yeah, there's not a lot of transactions that happen. So yes, month over month, it's natural to see that jump up. But when you compare it to the same time last year, we're actually down 9%.
Right.
So what's concerning to me with that is down 9% in a time where rates are more favorable to buyers, yet we're down 9% versus a time when rates were higher.
Yeah. I think I wanted to comment on this because I think there's also something we're still in even though the rates are lower, we're still in this uncertain territory. I think the buzzword of tariffs is becoming a holdback for a lot of people.
It is. Yeah.
I've definitely had conversations with a couple buyers about this, about maybe I should just wait and see what happens.
See if we become American.
Yeah, pretty much.
Today's Flag Day, by the way. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Happy National Flag Day.
Happy National Flag Day.
As I wear
you're
my
going to be wearing
Buffalo
your Bills
jersey. Yeah. I sense the irony in saying that, but yeah, and I think that T word tariffs affects both sides of the coin because yes, buyers are a little bit hesitant, but on the flip side, sellers are a lot more motivated to sell. I'm having more conversations of people saying, "Man, maybe we should come to market sooner than waiting till the spring, just in case tariffs do really impact the economy for us up here."
Yeah, yeah.
So,
There's still and you know the Bank of Canada is kind of also playing their moves by ear as well. So we're still what I thought, I think what a lot of people thought was that by the end of this, now that we're gonna officially stop being in transition and we're gonna like finally flatten out into like some type of normalcy and which is now turned into there's a trade war.
There's a trade war, yeah. But like there's a parts of it that there's some things Trump's saying that actually could be favorable to us. One thing we've got to be very cautious about is as we cut our rates, our dollar devalues against the US.
Right.
And pre-Trump, there was no talk, like they were pretty conservative with the amount of cuts that were coming. I mean, it's a tweet, so I mean, maybe it's official. If Trump tweets things, he usually backs them up. But he said rates will come down.
Right.
So that's good for us because if they hold and we keep cutting, our dollar is going to be worth less.
Right.
But if they come down, that will hopefully shorten the spread between them.
Right. Also true. Yeah. So I mean, again, long story short is we're still in what could be
uncertainty.
Uncertainty is still here. So I think that's another reason why we're seeing the stats of January that year over year look much worse than we hoped, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well said. I think that's fair. So a lot of new listings came to market as well in January. And I think we had a glut of people who kind of mid-November said, let's just pull our listing and kind of wait for the new year. Mm-hmm. And then with the big drop we had in the rate cut, we had a quarter cut. Was it a quarter or half?
It was quarter.
Quarter, yeah. A lot of the conversations I was having was let's go to market now instead of waiting until spring. So we had an insane amount of listings.
People hit, yeah.
164% increase month over month, which part of it is seasonality, but a part of it is also a lot of people saying, let's get to market before spring and try to sell out in case tariffs do come type thing.
Right.
So we saw that happening and that really affected, I think, the numbers this month.
Yeah, no, totally makes sense. So a lot of sellers are eager and buyers are still kind of patient, I would say. That's what it feels like anyways.
Yeah. Average price came down in January. We're at $1,040,000. It's a 2.5% decrease month over month. But it is a 1.4% increase year over year.
Year over year.
I would say they kind of
flat.
Cross each other out. Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And we're talking GTA. This is not just Toronto. So all in all, there hasn't been much movement or growth in real estate over the past year, looking at all segments of the market. And then, sorry, do you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Days on market. We're still at 55.
Yeah.
And I think out of all the stats you take, days on market is the one that's very...
still telling.
Yeah, very telling in terms of activity out there. Mm-hmm. I do predict this is going to come down significantly in February because February has been quite active so far. We're midway through it.
Yep.
But 55 days, that's almost 2 months it takes to sell a place.
Yes. Yeah. That makes sense. Like it is what we're seeing, especially for condos. I think it's what we're seeing out there.
Yep.
Things have been sitting for quite a long time and then price reductions happen and then movement. That's the trend I've been seing anyways.
Yeah.
But I will say we're 1 day shorter than December. So
small progress. Yeah.
We're moving in the right direction.
Tom Story did a reel. He's an incredible...
Excuse me.
No, all good. Tom Story, I'm giving a compliment to another realtor, and Joey's like, whoa.
Yeah, that's good.
Shout out Tom Story.
Yes.
He is a fantastic realtor with really good videos, very educational, also has a successful podcast. And he did a really good breakdown this week as to why the numbers are the way they are. And a lot of it had to do with the condo world, which you just touched upon.
Right.
That a lot of those active listings are from condos. And context is important because houses, both semis and detached, were still moving quite
fairly
well. Yeah. So a lot of those numbers are the condo slowdown, which we kind of, well, actually last week I said this is the year of the condo. Maybe I'm eating my words already. I still have faith in the condos. I think things will pick up in that world. But for the start of the year, that's where a lot of the glut of the listings,
the extra inventory is, which makes sense because we're still in bad headlines. Well, also we still have a lot of inventory in general.
Yeah. Active listings was incredibly high as well. We didn't touch upon that in our overall segment, but active listings is high. And when we go into transactions, we see the story kind of unfold a little bit more.
Right.
So all segments did see a month-over-month increase in transactions. When we say transactions, we're talking about sales.
Yep.
Condos actually led the charge, 23%.
Right. They're I don't know, they sway a lot when it comes to like actual purchases and sales.
Yeah. So that shows that there was a lot of movement in the condo world. Semis had a 16% month-over-month increase, detached 13%, and towns 8%. That gets me excited, but we have to look at year over year. We're actually down 15% when it comes to condos.
Right.
So we only had 747 sales. And if we took that number and compared it to all of 2024, January would have been the second worst year.
Right. Which, so the sales aren't quite, and actually I look back, we have a spreadsheet that we run that kind of, we've dated, it's dated back to 2017 right now. And if you look, excuse me, on average, it usually hovers in January around 900 to 1100, somewhere in that. So we're still below the average of what those transactions should look like.
Yeah, so let's just break this down for a second. If you look at month over month, condos are amazing. You're super happy. If you look year over year, you're like, not so much. And then if you look historically over the last 8 years that we've been tracking, it looks really dismal. So it's like, pick a stat and then harp on it. That seems to be where the media is at these days.
Definitely, yeah. What's the biggest number I can make out of this?
What's the most juicy headline that we could bring from all of this? So...
that being said, I think there's still a lot, I think there's still a lot of uncertainty. I think we're going to start seeing things move into a better place. But we're in January. We're in one of those months that are like, you want to track it. It's transitional, and we'll see where things end up. I think the mid-year, like the spring and fall markets, we're going to see and actually have good comparables to what's been happening.
Yeah. March, once we complete the month of March, so when we're April, we do our review in April. The first 3 months will be telling of what's to come. And I think a lot of the tariff talk will be flushed out. We'll know kind of what is going to be tariffed and what that looks like. I think the big sector to watch is automotive. He wants to tariff that at 100%.
Yep.
Oh God. So that's going to be something to really be cautious of. But 3 months is what you want to look at is the point I'm trying to make here.
I support it.
Yeah. So looking at sales, it's kind of a mixed bag when you look at sales. Sales were down 11%. Semi-sales were down 11%, followed by condos at 4% and detached homes at 3%. There's only one winner for the month of January. That was towns, up 5%.
So when you're saying sales, you're saying this is pricing?
Prices, yeah.
Prices,
yeah. Sorry, I said that. I kind of confused that there. Prices were up for only townhomes in the month of January.
Right. Which is so funny to hear because I mean December to January, even month over month, that's a weird one.
Yeah, it's the same trend that we saw last year.
Right.
So it's kind of January seems to be favoring townhomes.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why that is, but this is what the numbers say. And then condos were down substantially in January. I don't know. It's not maybe the year of the condo that
we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see. I think this year we're gonna have to flush this year out when it comes to condos. Still, I think we're not quite through the woods yet. But I still think it's gonna be a good buying opportunity for condos for the next year.
Well, and that's I think the thing that we need to highlight is that if you're buying, these numbers are very attractive for you. The average price was, I believe, $690,000 in January, and we averaged between $7 and $720 for most of last year. Kind of swung in that range. So if you did pick up a place in January, you did really well.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. And if you got some time, I would say right now we know what's happening, and there's still lots of inventory. Yeah. So if you're thinking about it, this is still a good time.
Now is the place to call up your agent, call up us, and start having those conversations to see what that actually looks like in paper. And I will say, like, I've had a lot of phone calls of people who are like, they have the bug of, I think I want to get into it this year. And then our job is to sit them down and say, great, this is what it looks like, so you understand the whole picture. Right. And see if this is a feasible path for you to take.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you want to do your months of inventory?
Yep.
Lay it on me.
Okay, so months of inventory, again, I'll re-explain for any new listeners. Also, if you haven't yet.
Oh, please do.
If we're talking about new listeners, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Leave comments.
Oh God, we gotten some bad comments on YouTube.
They're still coming.
Last night, I don't remember the user's name. When we were talking about the LeBeau, yeah, the comment was something along the line of, "This is peak male athleticism in Toronto," or something. It was, yeah. The comments aren't great. If you want to leave us a nice comment, that'd be cool.
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, for that listener specifically, I'll explain months of inventory for you.
Please.
Okay, so months of inventory is if we stopped adding any new listings to the MLS today, how long would it take for that inventory to sell out? Usually, if it's 1 to 3 months, it's a seller's market, which means it's a tight inventory and prices go up. If it's between 4 and 6 months to sell out, then it's even keel, proper negotiations, and then anything above 6 months plus is a buyer's market. Lots of inventory, prices go down. Tightest inventory awards. We're gonna start in first place. Semis took it back.
Okay.
Semis. I mean, they've been holding. I guess they were back. I think last in December as well. But from 2.5, excuse me, from 2.5 to 2.3. So we're still in a tight inventory when it comes to semis. There's just not a lot of them built, so I think that's a big piece of it.
Yeah, by design. It's a tighter market.
It's a tighter market in general. But yeah, 2.5 to 2.3 is where they landed. So Towns is in second place, and they went from 2.7. They actually went up to 2.9. I'm a little bit surprised about this. I still have my money on Towns when it comes to doing the best over the next little bit.
Best performing asset, yeah.
A lot to do with the mortgage changes that are coming into play. And then, and I'll give third goes to Detach. So Detach, it's been this order for the last little while. I think it's kind of, Towns and semis had this little moment of reversing, but otherwise it's been kind of like this for the last while.
Yeah.
Detach, excuse me. Detach went from 4.3 to a whopping 4.3.
No change.
So absolutely no change when it comes to Detach. The absorption rate is even kill. And condos.
Yeah.
Condos went, I don't know what happened here. Condos went down. They actually got tighter inventory. So the actual absorption of condos went from 6.5 to 6.
Maybe it is a year of the condo.
I don't know. We're gonna see what takes place. But this number has been really funny because it's raised and lowered significantly.
Yeah.
It's had the biggest fluctuation, and we've almost had some moments when we've been back into like clean into a balanced market, and then it kind of goes back up. And I don't know. It's a weird. There's a lot of volume. I think is the big thing with that.
Yeah. Also, maybe like this is the decade of uncertainty.
It's also true.
Like, and it's hard because we want a good foundation. We like the safety of predictability, but as we look back, we're talking earlier how long we've been in this office. This started during COVID of so much uncertainty, and now we've got tariff talk, and God knows what else is coming next week. So it's like you might just have to be okay with. These numbers are going to be all over the map for the next little while. I
think that's such a fair statement to make. Because it's true. It's we've been dying for just like, hey guys, it's raised 3%. It's raised 4% month over month, and just consistently having that like nice even keel. But it hasn't been like that.
Yeah.
And there's still so much up in the air that I don't think either of us can sit here and say it's going to be amazing.
Right.
I think we're going to still have fluctuations and maybe even end up as flat as we did last year.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first month. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But it's that could be a possibility. Or heck, it could go down.
It's very
Like we've been spoiled with a good 15 to 20 year run of relatively decent increases or somewhat predictable increases over a large time span. This could be the year or the decade of like not that, or
right?
Potentially. Like it's cyclical, right? Like cycles go up and down, and I think it goes back to this core statement that I always think about is the best time to buy is when you have a steady job and the ability to pay.
That's such a good point to make and to bring up, because it's true. It's like, are you able to service your debt? Are you able to? Do you have a good steady paycheck coming in? And if so, and you want to make the move, make the move.
Make the move. And if you don't, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with renting.
Yeah.
I think you've got some notes on renting that you wanted to touch upon, but like there's way too much emphasis on you need to own. And it's obviously self-serving of a realtor to say that, but like it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Renting is totally fine if it gives you the peace of mind and it's the right affordable option for you. Go to town.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with it. When it comes to the rental market,
Yeah,
I was just going to bring up, we kind of touched on this at the beginning, but I was just going to bring up the fact that I've been getting so many phone calls for rentals over the last little bit of people ready to move. And I just wanted to bring that up because I think that's telling of what's to come. I think we're seeing it on the listing side. And I think it's going to continue. Every phone call I'm getting seems to be like April, May, March. We're going to start seeing. So I think that's going to come to fruition.
Yeah.
And I think the slow rental market headlines are going to come slowly
to a halt a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, I think that nicely sums up the month that was in January.
Yeah.
Does it feel like it was a really fast month for you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It definitely feels. I mean, I was laid out for
Half of
a
it.
week.
Yeah.
Half of it, but no, it definitely flew by. I would say
Was it officially pneumonia you had?
it was.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Pneumonia, and I cannot get rid of this cough.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make you some. Oh, actually, I have to. Marcello the Fratello, our listener from Brazil.
Yeah.
Remember when we had the ginger shots
Yes.
on air? He was asking why we were drinking such small bottles. And I promised him, I keep forgetting to tell him why. Actually, those were normal sized bottles. We just have gigantic hands. Our hands are
those are just glasses.
Those are regular glasses for normal people. So those weren't tiny. We're giants. We are huge. No, those were shot glasses. They're little 12-ounce ginger shots. Because if you have, no, they're not 12 ounces. That's a lie.
That sounds big.
Yeah, I think it's probably like 2 ounces. Yeah. 12 is my big boys that I bring, the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you had a full bottle of that, you would be in the washroom for most of the day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Small doses is all you need of.
It's an elixir.
Elixir
it's
shot.
a shot.
Yeah. So Marcello, the reason why they're small is because our stomachs can't handle large quantities of that amount. And our hands are normal size. We have normal size hands, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're proportionate to our bodies.
Yeah. We cleared that up.
All right. Any shout outs? You're dying here. I apologize for even.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be trying to cut some of these coughs out, but no, shout out the Fatas, shout out the Sages.
Yeah.
Also, shout out the Sages for always throwing like those sales meetings are so helpful. So yeah, just shout out.
Yeah, lots of changes are happening behind the scenes in real estate where there's a lot of new rules and stuff we have to follow. And I agree. Shout out the Sages for always keeping us topical and on top of it to make sure we're doing everything in the right manner. I guess shout out the Sandman, Adam Sandler.
Yeah, shout out the Sandman.
Do you have an Adam Sandler impression?
Not that I can do right now. Do you have one?
Water Stucks. Does he sound like that, Waterboy?
Yeah, Waterboy is also a great one.
Mommy, I love you, mommy. That's not my best Adam Sandler impression, but I'll work on it for.
Yeah, they were something along those lines.
Is that the farm guy?
That could be any Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Mr. Deeds is another good one.
Yeah, Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. Man, imagine we got Adam Sandler on the show.
Oh, okay. Shout out Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
We're going to be tagging you on this.
Next time you come to Toronto, hit us up. I don't know, man. All right. Well, thank you for listening to episode 80.
Yes.
Joey, I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for episode 81.
81 coming up.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Toronto Livings Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at torontolivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.